So today we'll create one more Tomcat container. Try to like explain what is the command. Sudo
docker
docker
run
docker run hyphen name.
name my tomcat
I'm giving my Tomcat new. Hyphen D
hyphen
is
d
for
hyphen
detach.
p
Yeah, I'm giving
800
8080 itself.
808.
Okay, said Tomcat 9 I'm giving here. Tomcat 9. What is that meaning of 9 here?
Version 9.
It will create version till the 9.
Yeah, say here as of now we don't have Docker. First I'll install Docker in this.
One thing yesterday, what I understand, like 80 for dedicated to the Nexen and 8080 for dedicated to the Tomcat, right?
Nginx 80.
Yes. Infinix is 80.
Yeah.
Because yesterday I tried it without giving 8 semicolon 80, then it's directly directed to 80 to 80.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say that, like, I mean, when we give hyphen name, I mean, mine next DP 80 and this latest, then it was
Okay.
taking care of the 8080.
So basically, if you're not doing this -p, if you're not porting it, it will automatically port
Automatically it ports, but we need to even
Yeah.
there is one more capital P also is there. I'll explain that.
Okay.
So there is one more parameter, capital P also we can use. If you don't know the port, then we need to use capital P.
Oh, okay. Are you recording? Okay.
Yeah, it's being recorded.
Okay, so now here we are going to run that like a Tomcat, right? So now what I'm trying to do is I don't want to run as like a sudo user. Okay, then what I want to do is I want to run with my Ubuntu user itself. I want to add. Okay, so for that what I need to do is I need to add that user like Ubuntu into like Docker group. Okay, so now if you want to run without running the sudo, okay, so what we need to do is like we need to use chmod docker command we need to use. That means what is that like
To
we are
change,
doing is come again.
sir, chmod we use to change the permissions of a file, no, sir?
No, ch1, sorry, sir, ch1 we need to use. Okay, so then in this we need to add that docker we need to give the permissions. Okay, so we need to add that user into like our own like permissions we need to give. Okay, so that means we are logging as a root user. Okay, but without using the like root user we need to run the commands. But all these days what we done is
You mean to say that, like, without sudo we are going to make
yeah,
it,
we
right?
need to run those. We shouldn't give the sudo permission, but by default we need that root access. But now we need to run as a non-root user. We need to run. So non-root user we need to run. Okay, so that's we need to give the permissions. Now we have a Docker group. Okay, the Docker group we are going to add. Okay, so now we need to add that non-root user. Okay, then we need to use those like which of the commands we need to use. We'll discuss. Okay, by default we have used sudo itself. We have used right now without using like that. We need to give the like the permissions we need to give. Okay. So like once we install that, so now here to run this command, we need to definitely need to give as the sudo. Okay. So now what we are trying to do is we need to create that group. We need to add then user mod hyphen a and group. Okay. Docker. So now here, what is that environment variable user is meaning is? What
I
is
am
that
user.
environment where
I don't know.
that is the Ubuntu itself? That means instead of giving here Ubuntu, what I have given is
User, dollar user.
the dollar user is a one environment variable with the current user with which whom we have login. Okay, so that user we are adding
Sir,
to the Docker group.
sir, environmental variable. So many times we heard, sir. Basically, what is that? What is
So
that?
what is the environment variable? So we have different type of environment variables. Which user these are internal system defined environment variables.
Okay.
Okay, but even if you want to set up Java path, those are user defined. Okay, but there are some of the environment variables are system defined. That's by default we are getting those environment variables. Okay, so that means we are using those uh, inbuilt environment variables type. But you can also configure your own environment variables by export. What is the advantage is that system like we are setting up as per our environment all the settings, and that is just like a variable kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so you can pass your credentials like AWS credentials, all those also we can pass as the environment variables. That variable you can use it in your code. That means here that dollar user is okay. So what is this dollar user?
Ubuntu. I mean the
Yeah,
operating
that is the variable. But what is the value it is storing as of now is Ubuntu. But if you
Ubuntu.
log in as a EC2 user, that value in that is
Linux, Amazon Linux.
EC2 hyphen user.
Okay, 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 okay. Got it. If EC2 I can use
Yeah,
it. Got
like this, these are not our own created variables. These are system defined environment variables.
it. Okay.
We can also export our own environment variables. When you are configuring AWS, we are using AWS configure, right?
Yes.
Instead of that, you can export those AWS secret key, access key as the environment variables itself. So using the command export, you can export those. But those are not system defined. Those are user defined environment variables. Okay. So now once you run this command, okay. So what we have used is user mod hyphen a and group is the Docker and dollar user. So this in order to reflect, I'll run Docker info.
Hmm.
Still it is asking this permission, right? What we need to do is, it's definitely we need to log off and again log in to reflect that what we need to do.
Acha.
You,
So for us not to use sudo all the time, we are doing this.
now you no need to use the sudo.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it.
So,
Got it.
but in order to reflect that, what we need to do is after adding that to the Docker group that user Ubuntu, you need to log off and
Log in again.
log in again. Okay. So then
Do we need to restart or do you need to,
not
I mean,
restart, just
duplicate?
log off and log in. Okay. So then I'm not using sudo here. So what is the command I have used is this
To Docker run
sudo
hyphen hyphen.
user
Okay, that's
user
fine.
mode hyphen ag. What is Docker here?
Dollar user.
Dollar user.
Yeah, what is the Docker means there? What is the Docker? What is that? Docker meaning is Docker is the group name.
Mhm.
The Docker is the
Group name.
group name, and dollar user is
The environmental variable for
yeah.
logged in
Instead
user.
of that, you can use
This is a username of currently logged in.
yeah. So you can directly give Ubuntu also.
Okay.
So you can give directly the Ubuntu itself. Okay. So then add a user to the group or append the user to the group, and that G is the group name, and what is the Docker is the group name. Say suppose assume if you want to give maybe like my username is ec2 hyphen user, or if you want to give Ubuntu, like this you can give. But if you don't know that you are going to use that environment variable we are using. Okay.
Okay.
So then like after that what we need to use? So we need to log off and log in. Then that is going to be reflected. The user need to log off and log into this. Okay, so most of the environment variables are going to store in your machine also in the etc directory, in the environment, or in the profile we have, in that we are going to store. Okay, and user defined environment variables also we have in the dot profile or bash profile, there we are going to store. And if you want to pass any environment variables, that we need to export that variable name, that value. But this user, these all system defined environment variables. Okay. So now here I'm going to run, I'm not giving sudo now. And with the Ubuntu user itself, we are going to run sudo docker run hyphen name.
hyphen D, hyphen
Yeah.
P,
My Tomcat
Tomcat,
new I'm giving
hyphen D, hyphen P,
colon 8080
8080.
Tomcat 9 I'm trying to give now. Now it's unable to find that image Tomcat 9 locally.
Show
Okay.
download.
Yeah, it's going to download. Now that image, sorry, container is running, Docker PS, 5 seconds ago that is running. Okay, then here I can use curl localhost colon 8080. Just we are testing in the browser, right? The same thing in the same mission we can use localhost colon 8080. So that it displays that yesterday we seen right that port number, all those 404 page, whatever
Yes,
is
yes, IP
displayed in the
number
browser
semicolons
itself, yeah,
8080.
so that itself, but here you no need to open in the security group also because you are opening from the local host itself.
Yes, yes.
Mostly developers will use this kind of thing in the mission, whether that's working fine or not. You got it right here.
If you use different one 8081, it will throw any error.
It nothing is there in that to display.
Okay, okay, okay. Failed to connect now.
Yeah, nothing is there in that to listen that. Okay, Tomcat is listening on the port 8080. That is the reason it is displaying as. Okay. Excuse me, sorry. So now if you want to like listen which of the ports are listening, or one particular port, if you want to listen that, if you want to use netstat, so that port number I can give, grab that port number. But netstat tools are not there. We can install that netstat tools also. By default in the Ubuntu, we are not getting that tools. Okay, so that we can use those.
Sorry, can Netstat is a again like
Netstat is a like networking tool in the Linux, which is
okay.
used to display the list of listening ports.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what are the listening ports on that server? This is one of the basic troubleshooting command everyone we need to use. So I'm trying to install that net.
But normally we don't have access to the root user as sudo. So in that case, like how we should go such
No.
cases
Here
like.
Ubuntu, when they have given, they're adding that Ubuntu user to the sudo also.
Oh, okay, okay.
Otherwise, if you give the sudo also, it won't run for every user.
Oh,
Okay. So then here you can use maybe in even in the netstat also. Hyphen T stands for TCP connections. U L all numeric. Okay. So whether that's listening or not also, you can use hyphen TULN. Even A also we can use. Okay. What is that? T means TCP connections. Hyphen U means UDP connections. Hyphen L listening. Hyphen N numeric addresses. Okay. So then in that server, whether that port is listening or not, we can get it by this command. So that is not listening with us. And if I don't use that grep, all it is going to display. All active things, it is displays. Okay. So these all that we are going to connect to this server. Which of that listening we can get on that. Based on the process ID also we can retrieve. Okay, netstat is one of the good command everyone we need to know. Okay, so then here we need to go for we have already that container is running, right, and even that is listening, and how to get that monitoring stats of that all containers. Docker stats. As of now, only one container is there. It displays those commands. Then Docker top also will show. And how to get the logs of that container? How to get the logs of that container? Docker
Docker log
logs,
container name,
container name or ID.
name.
Yeah, say sudo, I no need to give here. So that logs we are going to get that. So now try to understand very, very important command. I'm in my Linux shell or bash. I'm there now. Like one container is running. I want to enter inside the container. Okay, I want to enter inside the. As of now, I'm in my Linux
Correct.
mission, but I want to enter inside the container. Okay, so now how to enter inside the container is very, very important. We need to understand how to enter inside the container. Docker exec is the command. So Docker exec is to make the executable hyphen Docker exec hyphen it. And what is our container name?
My Tomcat.
My Tomcat new. Okay. Docker exec hyphen it my Tomcat new. And here we need to enter bin bash. Okay, so bin bash. Now, if you understand, we are entered inside the container. We entered inside the container. This user local Tomcat, these all inside the container we have. In this, normally we have the web apps directory. That web apps will have the manager page. All those pages have been removed by container. That is the reason we are getting that Tomcat error page, because that apps are not there. Normally, if you install Tomcat, we'll get all those pages also. But in this, they have removed that. Now, if I exit, what happened? If I type exit, what happened? Again, I came back to my. Again, I came back to my.
n- EC2.
I came back to again EC2. So now, tell me the command how we can enter that. How can enter?
Docker exec minus it
IT.
and the name of the Docker
Yeah. So now
container.
here Docker exec hyphen IT container ID or sorry name. Then I'm entering into bin bash. Now where I'm there.
Instead of the my Tomcat.
Yeah.
Tomcat.
So now what is this hyphen IT is? I stands for interactive. T stands for
Port.
no TTY mode. It's a terminal kind of session. Okay, now interactive will keep that like open that standard input to open to run the containers to type the containers. In so this command is running is where this command is running is inside the container these commands are running. Okay, so then we are getting one interactive shell and that is displayed here and we entered into that shell or bin bash mode we entered. Okay, that commands we are displaying here. These commands are not executing on your Ubuntu mission. Inside the container, those are running. Say, suppose here ls is displaying not my Linux missions. Say uname also, that's not displaying like a normal Ubuntu. Inside that it is having. Okay, that it is displaying. Okay, those all the commands are executing on inside the container. Those commands are executing. Okay,
Uname is
to know the Linux kernel.
okay.
Okay, so that is also inside that we have Ubuntu itself. The Tomcat also is internally that is having 24.04 Ubuntu itself that is having.
Okay.
Okay, so now if I type exit, again it came to my Ubuntu mission. Okay, so now again I want to enter inside sudo docker hyphen it. IT is for interactive mode, TTY mode. Okay, then container name, then bin
Dash
bash.
dash.
We entered into inside the container. So which what is the command is missing? Exec is missing here to make an executable. Okay, now we enter inside that container. Now try to understand exit. Okay, so again I'll enter the container. I'll go to CD web apps. I don't have anything right. So web apps folder is empty. Now I'll come back. I'll download one jenkins.var. I'll copy that one into I'll copy that one into
Web app.
like to web apps directory. Okay,
Uh,
then I'm going to Jenkins website URL to download. Now here first I need to copy that Jenkins where
okay. Final answer. Generic Jan. Copy link. Wget.
now I'm downloading that Jenkins.var file.
Sir, why are we using wget? Can we not use curl?
No, curl also we can get it, but wget is the best one to download.
Okay.
Okay, so curl also we can use to download that. Okay, wget also is there.
Okay.
Okay, so then like what we need to do is this jenkins.var file I want to copy
Sorry, I
inside
missed
my
it. Like,
container.
what purpose? Like, we are using Jenkins. Yes.
So Jenkins is one Java application.
Okay.
On the Tomcat, we are deploying that. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Any WAR file we can use.
Oh, okay. You're deploying into the by Tomcat in this
Yes, yes.
application.
Okay.
You're saying we can download, we can deploy any war file. So
Any
basically,
WAR file.
okay, we are choosing this Jenkins now.
Jenkins.war.
Okay.
Okay. So now we are in which mission? In the
We
say,
are
Jenkins.war is on my
Local.
Linux
machine.
instance. Wanted to copy to container. Now to
Like
which directory is user?
slash bin.
Yeah, user local Tomcat.
W web app. So
Yeah,
web app.
slash web apps. To this directory, I want to copy. Okay. So then these are not two missions, right? Normally we'll use SCP command for this,
Secure copy protocol.
a secure copy. But this is both are in the same mission itself. Then Docker has given one command, Docker CP. So what is
Oh,
the command we need to use here?
Docker CP.
Docker CP. Now try to understand. I'm in the Ubuntu mission or inside the container?
Here in Ubuntu.
Ubuntu mission, right?
Open to mission.
Then here from this I can run this Docker command. Okay. So Docker
CP.
CP that
Slash localhost.
Jenkins.var.
Sir, you're not
Yeah.
putting Jenkins.war's location.
No, no, I'm in the home directory only, right?
Okay, great. Then now
Now,
user slash
no need of user here. We need
so
to give
Linux
our
slash web app.
container ID.
Okay, my term
Then
content.
that path we need to give.
Mhm.
User local
Slash web app. Tomcat
Tomcat
web app.
web apps. Now that copied. Now I want to check that by entering inside that container, I want to check that. Then how we can enter that?
Docker exec minus it.
Yeah. Then in this,
Sir, should we use bin bash also?
no, no. Yeah, bin bash only we are entering inside.
Without bin bash, what happens, sir, if we
No,
use
no.
with?
Without bin bash, that command will execute. That result will come.
Okay, but we have to enter the bin bash, so we are
Yeah, to
typing.
enter that, without entering also, I can get that output. I'll show you.
Okay.
But as of now, I entered and I'm checking that. Okay. So now in that web apps, we have Jenkins, right?
Yes.
Then, Abdul, can you open that port number?
Which one?
8080.
Okay. Okay.
The security group, we need to open that 8080.
Done.
Okay. So now here we are getting this 8080, right? Then that context path of that application is Jenkins. Then slash Jenkins we are going to give. Slash Jenkins we need to use here. It's not too much, you know. I'm suspecting one compatibility thing. Let me.
New.
Yeah, new already we given.
Eight one.
This is Tomcat 11 we are getting. Jenkins.var, my Tomcat 11, user share, sorry, user local.
Tomcat web apps. Web apps center.
Sorry, small typo is there. Can you open 8081?
Hey, Prashant, you're cooking something?
Me?
Yeah, I think somewhere.
8081.
It's the port is see. Yesterday we opened 80 to 90, no? I guess.
No,
Did we?
that is another instance.
Okay.
No, do we need to open?
Yeah, 8081 open.
Yeah.
That is some compatibility issues that Jenkins and Tomcat may have some compatibility issues.
And then
81 or 80, sir?
No, that is old one.
This is 81, I guess.
No, I'm just checking here.
get done.
Okay.
Okay, 81 for my Tomcat. Let's see that. Did you open that? Yeah. So now, previously, what is the problem with that is some compatibility issues, those are.
Okay.
Okay, so now here this password, we need to initial admin password, we can get this. I'm inside the container, I can run this.
Okay.
Now what I'll do is cat, but I'm not inside the container.
You're on the local machine, so
Yeah. So here,
exec.
this cat, it doesn't run.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if I give the sudo also, that's not here.
Yes.
Now I need to go inside the container. Sudo or
Docker
maybe
exec.
docker exec,
Docker exec minus it
exec.
minus it.
Yeah, instead of my Tomcat new, I need to go inside.
11.
Yeah, there
Tomcat 11.
is small.
The spelling.
Yeah,
Spelling
that is
wrong actually. Before also
spelling
spelling
itself I
wrong.
given wrong.
Acha, there.
Yeah, while giving that I have given the wrong name.
Actually, my wife is telling that like the spelling is wrong, but I'm not listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I also didn't check that. Okay. So anyhow, we'll see that how to rename the container name also we'll see. I think there is one command to change the container name. Okay. So now what we need to do? So we need to run that cat. So this is the initial admin password. That is the initial admin password. Then try to understand exit what it will do. Again, it come to write sudo, or maybe I'll try to rename.
Sir, why are we copying that initial password thing that came by
No,
Jenkins?
for the Tomcat, here once you open this page, for the security, Tom Jenkins will give this password, admin password page.
Okay.
From this path, you can get that admin password.
But why? Oh, you want to paste it here?
Yes, yes.
Sir, okay, I understand, but I remember doing this in different way. Basically, you download the jar Jenkins.war file, no?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Java space Jenkins.war. If I'm doing it, I'm running this particular Jenkins on my machine. In
Yeah, directly we can run the Jenkins also.
like that only we like that
There
only
also
we
it will ask you the
are
password.
getting same password. Yeah. Got it. Got
Okay. So, but this is the old method is Jenkins can run as the Tomcat contain Tomcat in the Tomcat Jenkins is running as an application is the old method. Later Jenkins itself directly given the installer also for us.
Crazy. Okay.
Okay. Or Jenkins can run as the container also is one method.
Got it.
Okay. So then, like I need to copy this one. I don't do this. Even will practice more Docker commands. So I given the wrong name, right? I want to correct that one. Then uh, Docker. Can you tell me that which command we need to use here? Yeah, here we have this command.
Rename.
Rename a container. Okay. Docker rename. What is the container name is my.
Talkman.
Yeah. I want to give the right name. But I think I am suspecting it may require to stop the container. We'll see. No, that's ran. Like here it renamed to my Tomcat
11.
11. Okay. So I suspected maybe stop that container is required, not required. It's renamed. So now I got that initial password right. How I got that initial password? I entered inside the container. Okay, but without entering inside the container itself, I want to get that one. Try to understand here. To enter inside the container, I which command I have passed?
Docker.
Bin bash I have passed.
Yeah.
Bin
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 bash. Bin
bash I
stack.
have used. So now here sudo docker exec
Minus IT.
hyphen it container name my tomcat
Tomcat.
11. Okay, now try to understand here. ls.
Again,
Sir,
Tomcat, cat wrong.
Sorry.
Again, she's the one that identified.
Yeah, my typing is like that. Okay, ls. So then can you tell me what it is showing?
it is showing the list of. Uh,
Means
The where that
what?
ls is executing.
It,
Not in my
it is
local, my
installed.
Linux file system, it need to show Jenkins.var.
Acha, this is the reason you are saying you should use slash
After
bin
we
bash.
enter inside the container, what is the ls is displaying? Here itself we are displaying. Means I didn't enter inside that container. But still that ls command is running inside the container that ls command is running. Okay. So that ls command is running not in my Linux system. That is running inside my.
container.
I'll do that. Try to understand here. Docker. Sorry. exec hyphen it my tomcat 11
Again, cat.
bin bash. Now, in order to enter inside that
Cat.
intelligently, I'm
Cat
using the
again.
bash mode.
Again, cat.
Sorry. Okay. So then here ls, if I type what it is there, intelligently what I'm doing is I'm not at all entering, but still I'm able to get that information.
Okay, sir, only ls works or
No, no,
any?
any command that is running inside the surface of that container.
Sir,
Now
can you type this thing for me? Instead of ls, you type who am I?
it shows root.
Yeah, okay.
Now what we'll do is we need to retrieve that password, right? Initial admin password.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to enter inside, but from outside itself, I want to retrieve that password.
Cat space that link that you see in
That's it.
Jenkins.
That's it. Perfect.
Okay, okay, okay.
You got it
Um,
right?
Sir, there is so much, sir.
Yeah. We just need to play with the container. Then it's
Okay,
easy to troubleshoot at the Kubernetes level.
okay.
Okay. If you play with the Docker, containers are like if you know well, because that is the base for Kubernetes. Okay. This password, we got it right. This password I'll enter here. Then it asks you to install the plugins. I don't install any plugins as of now, but those plugins also is getting installed now. These also running inside my container.
So this is the theory what we discussed. I mean, the containers which would be able to run all small applications,
Yes,
whatever.
yes. This
This
is
is
like a very small but very powerful, like running Jenkins also normally installations, all this will take a lot of time.
okay.
Multiple versions of the Jenkins, multiple versions of the Tomcat to set up these very expensive also. We require a lot of servers. For the
Sir,
QA
what
teams
is?
also, like
Hmm.
this very simple to do the testing all these in the multiple environments.
Sir, what is ant and gradle, sir? I mean, it's there on
Ant
the
is
right.
a Maven, like Ant, Maven, Gradle. These are the Java build tools.
Okay,
Once we got the development code, by default that code doesn't execute.
okay.
In order to make it execute, we need to build it. Build will
To build the
download all
artifact
the
and all,
not
we use.
artifactory, like source code. It need to make it executable kind of thing.
Sir,
Like
also now that you're saying it, now you are saying that it is for Java. What are the basic? Do we have Python applications,
yeah, for
Java,
Python by
Node?
application py builder is there. For Node.js npm is there.
Okay.
For
Other than
.NET
these
based
three, what
applications
are the
nginx
regular
builder.
other than these three types of languages? What are the normal other languages through which the
You'll
projects
have
are built?
Ruby is there, Go language,
Okay.
PHP. In PHP, lot of frameworks are there. Mern stack now, like Node.js is there.
Yeah, Merge stack. Right, 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 right.
Okay, now mostly Java, Python, Node,
These are basic and
.NET.
important. Mainly used these
Yes,
only.
yes, yes, yes. But even PHP is there. In PHP, a lot of frameworks are there. Magento, Cake PHP, Laravel, Shopify. Lot of e-commerce portals nowadays using Shopify. But those are technically PHP frameworks only. Okay, so these all like Jenkins user setup. I'll come back to again Docker commands. Okay, so whatever the Docker related, say if I type Docker, all these commands at least you need to practice. Okay, so restart you try to do RMI we have done, start, stop we have done, tag I will explain, top we have done, pass, just pass and unpass you do. Okay, so then inspect is very, very important command. I'll explain. So now here we have Docker PS. Sorry. Say one container my Tomcat new is there. I want more details about that container. Then Docker inspect is the command. So Docker inspect my Tomcat new. So Docker inspect my Tomcat new. It shows all the details regarding that container. So more details you will get it by using inspect command. So try for 1 or 2 containers, inspect those and check each and every detail here. Okay, so more details we are going to get by using the
Inspect command.
inspect
Sir, you see,
command.
there is, sir, can you scroll up, sir, like you did? Over there, it was logs are saved in .json file somewhere in the logs. So the logs will be saved or what?
Which these all internal environment variables, those are
Okay. Still,
inside that Docker container,
okay.
like this CMD, all these we'll discuss. Which
Okay.
image we have used, we didn't attach any volumes. And when we enter inside that, by default, we got user local Tomcat only, right? That is the working directory. All these instructions, how this Docker container got is in the Docker file, they have written all this.
Yeah.
So from that, it got those details. What is the purpose of Docker container? What is the purpose of Docker container? Sorry,
Docker container.
Docker file is to create the images.
Yes.
But
And Docker.
we didn't write down the Docker file as of now. We use that image itself directly, we download it.
So you're saying we use Docker file to create images and we use
Normally,
create.
but we downloaded Tomcat 9, right? That image, Docker has created through a Docker file.
Yes.
Okay, but going forward, we'll create our own custom Docker images
Files.
also by using Docker files.
Okay.
But as of now, just we are using Nginx, Tomcat, Tomcat 10, Tomcat 9, like that we are using. Okay. So now I'll try to run one more container, Docker run.
-d.
You should open that.
Nginx I have given. Come again?
Abdul needs to open the 83 port or what?
Yeah,
I
no
already
need.
opened till okay, 80.
Okay, no issues.
Please share the recording, sir. Once in between,
Sure, sure,
I left the. I mean, I missed the conversation.
sure, definitely. In the real time, we don't use Docker. We'll use Kubernetes. The Kubernetes is 10 times more complex than Docker.
Okay.
But if you understand Docker, Kubernetes will become simple. Without having Docker, if you learn if you go start Kubernetes, it looks very tough.
Okay.
And size, those things also, it may struck also sometimes. And size also may be constrained. How much size you have given this?
Sorry.
For this instance, how much size you have given?
Size is I think it's always with T3.
Micro, I guess, sir.
No, no.
T3
I'm
micro.
asking about the disk size. 8
One.
GB or
I've used default one. Let
yeah,
me.
that is the mistake because it may not have that storage.
Okay.
Sir, Control C and let's delete the images that we have, no?
No, no, it won't run in nothing. That's maybe come to zero,
I think I given is 8 GB.
Yeah, that's the reason it is better
Okay.
15 GB like that.
Oh.
All these images also will be downloaded, right? We don't have any storage space.
Sir, can Abdul increase the size from 8 to 15 now? Can he do it now after creating?
Yeah, by default it won't come. We need to another instance is there. We need to increase that LSBLK. We need to run and extend that.
But
All those
we
we need
can't
to.
change it, right? Once it was done, we can't change it.
Yeah, we'll do that. Any other instance is there?
I have one instance, but I think I did the same. Let me check.
Yeah, default.
Let me check what I
Yeah,
have.
yeah. So now here I'll explain one more command. Try to understand here. I have assumed 10 containers. Okay, so then what is Docker RM will do?
Remove, delete.
Yeah, we'll remove those containers, right? If it is a running container, what I need to use?
Running contain. Sorry, sir.
If it is a running container to remove that, what we need to do?
-F to force it.
Yeah, -F we forcefully we need to remove. But I have 10 containers. I need to run 10 times Docker RM command, right? Okay, I don't want to run 10 times. Okay, then single command I want to use, but all the containers I want to delete. Okay, so then in this scenario, what I'm going to use is Docker RM. Try to understand this. So here Docker PS hyphen A will display what? Hyphen A stands for all.
All, okay.
Hyphen Q stands for quite. Okay, hyphen Q stands for
Quite.
quite.
Which means we are trying to see the name, all the containers which are there, even if they're quiet also.
With the quite, it just displays only that IDs only it displays.
Okay. Okay. Right. Right.
But normally we'll get all the details, right? What command, name, port numbers, all those will get.
So we don't need all that. We only
Yeah.
need the important information.
We
So
want only IDs. Then
containers.
this
Yeah.
command will pass all the IDs. Then Docker RM will do
Remove the all.
remove those. But in this, it delete only running containers or non-running containers. That command.
As based on all
Only
quiet,
running
that
command.
means not
Only
running,
running
right?
command.
No, not running command containers only will remove.
Because based on quiet.
Yeah, no, not based
No,
on
no,
quite
no.
because we didn't give hyphen F, right?
Oh, okay.
Running containers will won't delete because as we didn't give hyphen F.
Yes, got it
If
now.
we use the hyphen F here, what is going to happen?
It will be
It will
forced.
delete, remove it,
All
forcefully.
containers, running containers, non-running containers, all will get
Delete.
delete. I hope you
See,
can remember
-F
this
is
command,
not
right?
for force.
Come again?
-F is not used for force delete.
No. If I don't use hyphen AF, okay, only non-running containers would be deleted.
Okay.
Running containers will fail to delete because those are running.
Okay. If
But
you
if I
minus
use
it will
hyphen
be,
F,
even if it's running also, it will be deleted
yes.
forcefully. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So then I want to remove all the images. Docker RMI.
ID.
Here not required A. Hyphen Q is enough. Docker images hyphen Q will list only the image
Run.
names. Image IDs only it will display.
Okay. No nonsense.
That
Only
RMI will remove. But even if that images are in the use, it won't delete. Then you can use.
-F.
Yeah, there is one more command for unused images only if you want to delete. Docker prune is there. So prune is one of the command for the unused resources all are getting clean up. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Unused means is any timeline they're not
Yeah,
used
I
for
think
specific.
for 30 days like that.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever the images or networking volumes, all it would be like pruned.
Okay.
Okay. So then that Docker image prune like that we can use. Volumes if you want to prune, Docker volume prune like that we can give.
Sir, I created an instance. No, when you asked me asked in the group. So what I did, I went to the instance and increased the size of it. I'm able to increase from 8 to 20
Yes,
GB.
but in that system run that df-h
df-h. It is
how much
saying
stores?
in see it's saying it's not. Sir, it
How much
multiple
used and how much available?
available is 4.3, 2 GB, 5 GB. Means it's more than
Different
8
file systems it is showing,
GB, I
right?
can say available.
Yeah. How much
Sir,
maximum is available there?
maximum is 6 GB. Biggest size is 6 GB here.
Available or used?
Available. Total size, sir.
Not
No,
total
I
size.
put, open the chat now. I put the screenshot out there. Sir, I'm not able to put screenshot. Just give me 1 second. I'll try to do this.
I mean, I